Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing a timepiece that has always lived in a neither region, between dress watches and sports watches. This, the largest and boldest day date you can buy in the current catalog, is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day Date 40 reference 228239 in white gold. A lovely, homogeneous 18-karat gray gold alloy that never needs to be rhodium plated and is in fact created in Rolex's own foundry. The timepiece is indeed all Rolex, from the imagery of the day date dial to the fluted bezel and the President bracelet. It sits easily on my 16cm circumference wrist. It's a hefty timepiece, but it's not a big bully. Slim at 12.2 millimeters thick, it'll slide underneath any cuff, and it's more compact across the wrist than the previous Day Date 2, as there are pivoted end links to the President bracelet, so the actual distance across the wrist here is the true lug-to-lug dimension of 47.4 millimeters. So that's 47.4 across the wrist, and you can see how the bracelet will compress and fold straight down if you want it to. Now, it is the Rolex President bracelet, and the watch, though often nicknamed the Rolex President, officially the Day Date, is matched by a Rolex President bracelet. That is the true name of the bracelet, and it has long been. It's always been between the elegance of the Jubilee and the solidity of the 3-link Oyster. The construction is solid enough that it doesn't feel ropey and somewhat fragile as the Jubilee can. At the same time, it's not quite as blocky and inelegant as the more sports-oriented Oyster can be. It has a wonderful supple feel because of the small cross-section of the individual links, and you can see it's handsomely tapered with polished center, polished outer face, and satin flanks. Now, another feature that you can't see, you can see that pivoted end link that I spoke of. A feature that you can see is the ceramic pin system. So the pins are made of metal, but they're coated in ceramic. The idea being that this technology, pioneered on the Platinum Day Date 2, now finds its way to every bracelet in the Day Date 40 collection. The idea is to reduce bracelet stretch and the play that can develop over time in older Rolex bracelets. The ceramic pins kill it dead. I should mention, we're seeing this a lot with current Rolex watches. Late model Rolex watches are coming to us pre-owned, still with the factory plastic, an acknowledgement to the strength of Rolex resale, but also a little bit sad that some people thought they'd take their chances on the market and sell the watch rather than enjoy it. That said, the original owner's loss is your gain, as this one's in excellent condition. You can see the crown clasp, with the only demarcation of the split in the bracelet being that crown, and it's a vertical trigger system. You can see how the link itself is pivoted, and there's a beak and a horn system internally that keeps it shut. It's very secure, it shuts with a crisp snap, and you can see all the removable links are fixed by screws. The case band is elegant and graceful, fluid. You can see that it's the sinuous grace of old school Rolex case design. This is not the squared off and sheer super case. Along with the Daytonas and the Datejusts, the Day Dates remain elegant in profile. You can see polished on the lug hoods, polished on the flanks, the double dot signifying that this is a twin lock crown in gold. You can see the fluted bezel, and Rolex bezels, when they've never been polished, are almost like cut gems when they're fluted, with that sharp faceting that catches the light and does incredible optical gymnastics. It's a gorgeous thing to behold. The dial too. Now, these are laser etched dials on the Day Date 40. The timepiece launched back in 2015 with a series of laser etched dials, and each one is a little bit different, but this one's important because it has a strong connection to Rolex history. This is essentially the laser etched successor to the old school Rolex Tapestry dial with the vertical pinstripe striations. It's a lovely dark rhodium anthracite, and you can see all white gold Rolex crown, hands, as well as indices. The Cyclops eye actually wears better on the 40mm watch than it does on the 36 and smaller cases, so this actually allows the dial to breathe and not be dominated by the Cyclops eye. That's an advantage of getting the larger Day Date. You can see the day and the date, and we have a quick set system for each. As you'll note, this is a double quick set mechanism. There is the date and there is the day, and you cycle just like that. Pull the crown out all the way, you activate the stop seconds function, and you can see outboard there is a railroad style track for reading the minutes and the seconds. Underneath the case back, a new generation Rolex movement, caliber 3255, 31 joules automatic winding, 70-hour power reserve. It uses a new Chronergy escapement system that is essentially a highly refined Swiss lever and Rolex's answer to Omega's coaxial. There's also a thinned out mainspring barrel with a larger mainspring internally and reprofiled train gears. All of that adding up to power reserve that increases from the old watch's 48 to the Day Date 40's 70. Of course, you also have a full balance bridge and a free sprung index for shock resistance. You have an overcoil hairspring in blue oxidized niobium zirconium, so the watch keeps excellent time in any orientation on your wrist or dresser. That's what the overcoil gives you. And the alloy gives you anti-magnetism. The watch is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. Rolex then takes the chronometer certified movement and it puts that movement in the case and regulates the watch as a fully cased up consumer product to run no worse than -2 + 2 seconds per day. So the watch will exceed chronometer standards on the wrist, and that's the basis for the nomenclature Superlative Chronometer. 31 joules automatic and absolutely buttery with the twin Teflon coated reversing wheels. You can neither feel nor hear this winding system. 100 meters water resistant, so it's both loomed and swimmable. You can see this watch that straddles the two realms of sports and dress timepieces and make it yours on the watch box. Rolex Day Date 40 in Rolex Chromolite Blue Lume by Night.